Well, we have some new information tonight regarding the cause of the fire that burned out DC Theatrics on Main Street in the city of Buffalo and took the life of a city firefighter.
Firefighter Jason Arno was laid to rest back in March with full honors. How he died was still unknown at the time.
But today, District Attorney in Buffalo, John Flynn, divulged new details while announcing that no one will face any criminal charges in connection with this fatal fire. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Now that prompted a response of disappointment from firefighter Arno's widow, which you'll hear more about in a moment. But first, let's head live to the scene of that fatal fire 3 months ago, where Dave McKinley has more to say about what the DA had to say. Dave?
Mary Alice, District Attorney Flynn says he informed the lawyer for Arno's widow of his conclusions yesterday, and while he understands her disappointment here, he says he just did not have the evidence that would be needed to sustain criminal charges against anyone in connection with the firefighter's death.
As the ATF determined, this was an accident. This was a horrific accident.
Touched off as earlier speculated by workers using a blowtorch to warm snow and ice-encrusted bricks near a doorway on the building. And though they used a snow shovel to try and shield the torch flames from nearby combustibles, a bag of clothing near where they work caught fire, setting off a chain of events that led to the death of firefighter Arno. Flynn confirmed the structure had no sprinkler system, no fire alarms, and the work at the building owned by former Congressman Chris Jacobs was being done without the city having issued any permits. But here,
those are all non-criminal issues, okay? That again, the owner and the contractor had to deal with the city of Buffalo. But from my purposes, none of that stuff is potentially chargeable by me.
Flynn confirmed his office did investigate whether, due to a death having occurred, there could be homicide charges. And he spent a good deal of time at an hour-long news conference explaining why there would not be, primarily because there's no proof the actions of the workers were purposeful or grossly negligent when the fire occurred.
On top of that, I have to factor in intervening events.
Namely, the explosions that ultimately claimed Arno's life, the last moments of which he shed new light on, revealing what occurred after the first blast.
And when the firefighters evacuated the building, they realized that firefighter Arno had not come out. And a number of them, even though they were ordered to evacuate, a number of them went back in to find him.
And he says they did, with his leg entrapped in what appeared to be a clothing rack.
And he was stuck, and they couldn't get him out. They couldn't unstuck him. And then the second evacuation order came after the second explosion: get out of the building. And they had to get out, or they would have died as well, maybe.
Was he alive when they found him?
I don't know that.
Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.
Dave, thank you. And Jason Arno's widow is pursuing a civil lawsuit against the city and believes the fire department was reckless. I spoke to her attorney this afternoon about the fire investigation findings, which he called unfair.
Sarah is, like I said, devastated. She's very emotional still. She's hurt. The whole family is besides themselves. They want accountability. They think there should be. And although they understand we can't control that, they wish the decision could be changed. But we'll see what the future holds.
The attorney also said to me the next step is filing their lawsuit in state Supreme Court. The lawsuit names the city, fire department, the owner of the building, and the general contractor as defendants.